Chat, you cannot lose with this deck. It is literally impossible. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, where today we're looking at my Raging Bolt list. This is a list I have been running for about pretty much the entire season, and I've been able to get multiple finishes, including a League Cup I won this past weekend at Full Grip Games. And every championship point I've gotten, I believe I'm sitting at 102 right now, has been with Raging Bolt, so I think I am pretty good with the deck, and I'm here to tell you how I play the deck, why I play the deck, why I play different types of cards in the deck that I think a lot of them are different from what other people are customarily running, especially looking at the decks that came out of the World Championships this past weekend. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first is I think Raging Bolt is a deck that a lot of players aren't understanding how to pilot. And I know that sounds weird when it seems like it is a very easy deck to pilot, and honestly it is. But you have to understand one really important aspect of playing Raging Bolt. You do one thing phenomenally well. So if your deck does not go fast, you should not have that card in the deck. I've had a lot of people ask me about different techs, Lost Vacuum, Lost City, to deal with different aspects of Comfey, Bravery Charm to help against the other big basic decks. And honestly, I believe the best way to play this deck is to just put your foot on the gas, put pedal to the metal, and don't stop until you sign a match slip. So for me, my customary Bolt list, and this is the list that I actually used this past weekend when I won a League Cup, is I'm running 4 Raging Bolts. I think that optimizing your consistency of starting a Raging Bolt is super important in the matchup. I only run 3 of the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn EXs. I think that 3 is fine. I think 4th, I found myself pitching away one, using it as fodder on an Earthen Vessel, trekking shoesing it away, even Ultra Ball. You know, ultimately, I just thought it was a wasted deck spot. Recently, with Shrouded Fable, I have added the Pheasantipity EX. Before that, I was running the Mew EX. I definitely think Pheasantipity is a way better card. You get way more draw potential out of it. It doesn't have the free retreat like Mew does, but with a deck that's playing this much energy acceleration, you don't really mind it. I was running the Iron Bundle, Radiant Greninja, Sandy Shocks, and Squawkabilly. I think those are all pretty fair standard staples in the deck that I think most people are running. Moving on to the items, I run 4 Earthen Vessel, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Pokegear. Honestly, just maximize your consistency. Go fast, go big, do fun things. Bellowing Thunder is literally, after turn 1, the only attack you ever want to say. I'm running 3 Energy Retrieval, 3 Trekking Shoes. I have been floating between 3 and 4 Trekking Shoes, but I think ultimately 3 is fine. This is kind of where my list gets a little weird, is I like Night Stretcher a lot more than I think other people. I like Night Stretcher just because a lot of times opponents will try and snipe out the Pheasantipity on Ogre Pawn, and being able to quickly get that resource back up and running, especially with Pheasantipity, that draw 3 every turn basically is just so good. And just allows you to find those resources more quickly and ensure that you're hitting Sada every single turn when you want to hit it. I run 2 Pokemon Catcher. Being able to gust people's things up in Pokemon is just such an important aspect, especially in Raging Bolt when it's a deck that wants to go super fast. I run 2 Switch Cart, essentially just so people can't stall you out. You really only want to use Switch Cart as a way to get out of a bad situation, not to keep energy on the board as much. Pursuing Heavy Ball is mainly just because you do run 5 1-of Pokemon, and again, they're all basic Pokemon, so that's fine, honestly. Pal Pad, just to get those supporters back if you have to pitch a Sada off a Pokestop, or you just lose it early on a Squawkabilly. Being able to get that back late game is super important, and honestly, it wins you so many games. Prime Catcher, again, Gust being as important as possible. It's so good. The 1 copy of Ultra Ball is very interesting to me, because I think it's so important, and a lot of people I don't think are valuing it enough. Being able to early game have more discard potential just to get that lightning energy or that fighting energy in the discard early is very important for this deck, and when you're able to do it turn 1 and then you're able to Sada it back onto a Raging Bolt is so good for hitting those big 280 damage turn 1, really set your opponent back. So strong. My supporters, I'm running 4 Sada's Vitality. Obviously, it's the most important supporter. It's honestly the most important trainer in the deck, to be honest with you. Outside of maybe Prime Catcher, just because that's your ace spec. Boss's Orders, just for that late game or early game, the ability to Gust is super good in the deck, and being able to do that Honestly, a lot of games, if I go first, I'm just going to try and set up a Raging Bolt for a turn 2, boss's orders, judge, things like that, because then you don't necessarily need the Sada. If you're attaching twice to the Raging Bolt and you're utilizing probably 2 to 3 attachments on the Ogre Pawn with Teal Dance, you're still getting 5 energy in play, which is a huge amount of damage turn 2. I run 2 copies of Pokestop, just again, for more acceleration, going faster, and there's enough recovery in the deck. So if you do lose a Sada, a boss, judge, Pokemon, you do have plenty of recovery to get those things back. My energy count is 6 grass, 3 lightning, 3 fighting. Initially, for a while, I was running the 7 grass, but I have been testing the 6, and I think 6 is good. I think 7 is nice, but the deck definitely is efficient and able to operate at a really good level with 6 grass energy. And one last thing about this deck that I think a lot of people don't realize. If you are not consistently turn 1 attacking with this deck, so you're not turn 1 Sada into your lightning and fighting energies, you need to go more consistent. If you can't do it 3 out of 4 times, your deck is not consistent enough. You're not going to be successful with Raging Bolt, which is why I don't run techs. Honestly, my only techs in this deck are Pokemon Catcher. And that's just because Gust is so powerful in the meta currently and just in Pokemon in general. I have in the past run cards like Lost Vacuum, Lost City, Bravery Charm, and I think it just slows you down, takes away from your consistency, and I would rather lose a bad matchup than lose because I was inconsistent. All right, so let's run some games with this deck. Right now, I actually have a really good start. Starting the Sandy Shocks match. It's matchup dependent. So assuming it's either Reggie or Charizard, that's not ideal. For sure. But we do have the Squawk, which I think against Reggie Drago, you need to go fast. In that matchup, it's basically first 2 prize knockout wins, more than likely. You also need to have a Gust late game. Mela. Okay, I don't think this is Reggie. Okay, it's like the gouging firebox thing. Okay. That seems fine. It's still the similar game plan. You just need to take a 2 prize knockout first. And generally, I think it's pretty favored for you. Okay, he doesn't have a lot going on, so that's good for me. So I'm going to go for a Bolt and an Ogre Pawn. And then I think we're going to bench that as well. I'm going to switch into the Bolt. Teal Dance, which feels really good here. The Night Stretcher is pretty much just getting burned right now, but that's fine. We play 2, so there still is another one. Okay, this is really good. This is getting much better for me. I'm going to grab the Slither Wing, but it's going to become fodder for the Ultra Ball. Yeah, those 2 feel fine. Let's grab another. I'm actually thinking about grabbing the Radiant Greninja here. Actually, I'm just going to grab the Ogre Pawn. We're going to charge energy. I'm going to do it that way. Radiant Greninja is really good early game if you need multiple things, but right now I don't really need much. Okay. What's in... How many are in discard? Just the 1 fighting. Okay. We kind of got to get lucky here and hopefully hit something here. Okay. We can bench our 3rd Ogre Pawn, Teal Dance, and we still have Trekking Shoes as well. There it is. That's really good. I'm going to Vessel away the boss just because I need a gear for next turn. And we're going to grab a Lightning and Grass for next turn as well. Lightning. We'll gear for Mill. All right, that seems really strong for next turn. Choose? No. No such luck there. I think I do kill the... I think I just... Yeah, let's kill it. We'll discard 1 active and then 2 of the grasses. I don't want to Burst War just because I have another Sada, and then I'd be down 2 Sadas and the boss, which doesn't feel great. It also kind of forces him just to have it. And I just don't see him having it. Okay. Sada for 1. Vessel for the attachment. I mean, does he just think I doesn't have it? I don't have it. And he's gonna do 60. Okay, yeah. I mean, we just win now. That's just GG. Yeah, and he'll just scoop that. Starting a Raging Bolt, really strong here for me. What does he have? He has Reggie Drago with the Noivern. So the Noivern can be really interesting against this deck. It's really strong if I can just keep knocking out 2 prizers. But the Noivern build, I'm not sure if he's running the scoop up a spec or not. If he runs that, it can be really good for them setting up a single Pokemon board state. And does present a checkmate situation. I'm gonna take my 2. That seems good. Starts lone Reggie Drago. All right. At the cup last weekend I won, I played 2 Reggies in Top Cut. And I was 4-1. I 2-0'd the first one and 2-1 on the second. All right, so double Reggie attaches, which means he probably doesn't have much, and he doesn't. Cool. Very good for me. Let's heavy ball. Nothing in there. Not great. Rising 1 of each energy is kind of awkward, for sure. Let's nest ball for the Squawkabilly. So I'm probably gonna need that. Assuming I don't hit a Vessel, Ultra Ball. Shoes could get us there. Shoes gets us there. Oof, another Sada hurts. It really does. Okay, Tails there isn't great, but it's not life-threatening either. Okay, we got that. Let's hit the stop. Absolutely insane. That's crazy. Don't need the stop. Another catcher is pretty cool. The only issue I have here is I need a way. Let's switch carts in here. Prime catcher him back. No energy and discard. I want a Vessel away. Catcher's fine. We are going to squawk this just to try to find... Yeah, we're going to pitch both of those. We've already attached. We've already done the teal dance. If I can hit Judge, we're going to grab it. Nope, we're going to whiff it. Just because Judge is kind of useless in this matchup. And then we'll squawk and seize. We're kind of hoping here. Let's do that for double grass. And then we're going to Vessel again for double grass. So we're now out of energy in turn 1, which like isn't ideal, but it's not bad either. Nope, we're kind of hoping here. Oh my god, never punished. The deck is never punished, chat. I'm telling you, we are literally never punished. This deck is so broken! And then we'll do our 280. Chat, you cannot lose with this deck. It is literally impossible. All right, what's he got going on here? I forgot the Pal Pad, which is honestly fine. I don't think they run much Iono. I think it's more for like the late game. Is he just cooked? I feel like he's just kind of cooked here. I don't think I think he just has a dead hand and he's just like sitting in disbelief, or he disconnected. Shout out live. Game is busted. All right. I think we can win here. Do that. We'll pal pad 2 Sadas back in. Double teal. Which we should hit this. Yep, we hit 2 of them. Sada, lightning active, doesn't matter. And Bellowing Thunder for the game, because that is how we do the damn thing around here. All 5 for the flex and on 'em. GG's! Bolt is broken. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments down below. We'll see y'all in the next one.